Hey guys, how's it going? Team T.L.P here. You know who I am on the Bizzle we have here.
Quin.
And the summer.
Yeah.
Alright. So I'm showing the Granblue deck profile that we promised from Card Fight Tuesdays week 9. And to explain his deck, we'll leave it up to Quin.
Yeah, I just want to show you guys a bit about how the deck works, the ins and outs, and what you should and should not do with this deck. So let's give it a start with the good old-fashioned starter. We have Captain Night Kid. You counterblast 1, put it into the soul. Look at the top 10 cards of your deck and put 1 into your drop zone. He is your starter. My trigger lineup is a bit weird because I have an extra 3 zeros going on in here, and those extra 3s would be chappies. These are very important to the deck build, and I'll explain why in a little bit. The trigger lineup would be 4 criticals, 4 Night Spirits, 4 more criticals, Ghoul Cannonball, and another 4 more crits for Rush Sea Banshees, and you have your basic 4 heal triggers. It's basically the trigger lineup: 12 crit, 4 heals.
Any reason why you do 12
Because the reason for the 12 crit is because Granblue is not so much, it's not very scary when it comes to the cards, because most of our cards are 10Ks. I need to put something here to keep pressure on you, to force you to overblock me or make you scared. So that's why. Anyway, Chappie, he's in here to help you get the cards you need into the drop zone, because when you guard with him, you can put any card in your deck into the drop zone. It's very important because you need cards in there to superior call and ride. The grade 1s would be, we have 4 Night Spirits, 2 Deadly Nightmares. What I'm saying, this deck is a little bit it's not finished yet, just saying. 2 Evil Shades to help boost the Vanguard. So you shouldn't need more than 2, because, you know, it's just a booster for the Vanguard only. 2 Dancing Cutlass to help you on placement. You Soul Blast 2 and you get to draw a card. It's a little helpful to get a good hand power advantage over your opponent. And last but not least, 2 Gus Jin. That's the perfect guard for this deck. I would run 4, but I don't have 4. The Samurai Spirits, you can continuously superior call them back to the field so long as you have counterblasts. Deadly Nightmare, on the other hand, he's different because you have to take 2 cards from out your soul. They both require at least a grade 1 on the field that you need to retire to call it. You need to get rid of something to bring it in.
Actually, they just take Rear Guard, so...
Well, Rear Guard in general. The grade 2 does that. Well, I'll tell you that later. So if you have Dancing Cutlass on the field and you only did its effect, you can get him off the field to bring back one of these. So it's just a superior call and get your field up the right way. What takes away? Now, in grade 2s, we have 3 Deadly Spirits, also another unit that you can superior call. I believe you need a grade 1 or greater rear guard to retire for, and you Soul Blast 2. You swap him out. 2 Undead Pirate of the Frigid Night, the 11k hitter. I'm going to be swapping him out for 2 more Ruin Shades. She's also an 11k hitter. 2 of your 10k vanillas, Commodore Blue Blood, and I only have 1 3-star Chef Pedro. He is your damage on flipper. This build isn't so counterblast heavy, but it's always good to be able to keep recalling your units. And that's it for the grade 2s.
I just want you guys to bear with us now. The camera's kind of blurry, so you can't really read the card effects, but
yeah,
doing what we can.
That's why I'm putting them up to the screen. Okay, so we have 4 Spirit Exceeds. He is
1 SP.
1. He is basically the main focus in this entire build. You have 2 Witch Doctor of the Abyss Negromar. He's also a counterblast 2, and you can superior call any unit from your drop zone onto the field. And 2 Deadly Swordmaster. He, I would say, would be the secondary, because his superior call is it's just a little bit more difficult to pull off because of the deck the way it's built. I only have one of Deadly Nightmare, so I can't really get it in my hand quick enough. And last but not least, King of Demonic Seas Basket, the Mega Blast for this deck. And that's my grade 3 lineup.
Alright, on to some strategies.
Now I'm going to show you guys a good amount of strategies for this deck. Put this Vanguard mat here. Let me line it up with the camera screen real quick. Okay, let me show you guys your ideal hand. If you get it in the beginning, you would want 2 grade 1s in your hand, any grade 1s, a Chappie to guard with, just in case something goes. Well, you're going to need to put something in the drop zone. A grade 2, what else? And the critical trigger of Night Spirit. This is your ideal hand. It's what you'd want at the beginning of a game. So again, one Night blur.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, one Night Spirit, one Chappie the Ghosty, one Samurai Spirit, any grade 2, and another Samurai Spirit. So 2 grade 1s, a Chappie, a grade 2, and the critical trigger Night Spirit. So basically, what you would do is with your starter, you would just ride, call it anywhere you want. Now when it's your opponent's turn, you block for 10k. When you block, basically you're going to know past them because nobody really hits that hard at the start of the game, depending on what deck they build. Now, Chappie is a very important card because when he goes into the drop zone, you can take any card from out of your deck and also call it, well, put it into the drop zone. Then when it's your turn again, oops, what did I do there? When it's your turn again, all you really do is you ride, you call down the 2 components, which would be another Samurai Spirit and a Night Spirit. And then you put these 2 into the soul and you can superior ride. So bam, your opponent's on grade 1 and you're on grade 3. And because you run 12 crits, chances are you're going to crit them very early in the game. And this deck can also be very defensive because every trigger you get has a 10k shield on it. So you have a pretty good advantage early on game. Now, if you wanted to get
the second superior.
The other superior ride, basically it's the same hand. Just when you block with Chappie, you put him into the drop zone. Who was that? Deadly Swordmaster into the drop zone when you block with a Chappie. So he's already gone. Now you're gonna need a Knight's. Oh wow, your hand's gonna be pretty different when you start. Any grade 1, a 2, a Chappie to block with. So hand would be something like this when you start. 2, or any grade 2 for that matter, and a Night Spirit, a Samurai, and Deadly Nightmare. So basically again, put this in my hand. You would ride any of your 1s except Deadly Nightmare. Do not ride that because you need that on the rear guard. You block with Chappie when it's your opponent's turn again, and you bring Deadly Swordmaster into the drop zone. Then what you do is you would ride, you put these 2 on rear guard, they get retired rather than put into the soul and superior called. Personally, I choose Spirit Exceed over Deadly Swordmaster because his thing is a little bit easier to pull off. And on top of that, the Mega Blast could happen a lot easier if you do that instead. Hang on. Now, let's say you get to Superior Ride twice in one game. So basically, this would be in the soul, this would be in the soul.
Grade 1 and 2.
And then you'd put these 2 on rear and the critical trigger. And you would Superior Call him from out the drop zone. These 2 are in your soul. Now, let's say you got to Superior Ride again. And you would need these cards all mixed up. You would need these 2 on the rear again, and another Spirit Exceed in the drop zone. You can just put these 2 in the soul, Superior Ride again. Now, if you actually have the 5 damage, you can put this in. You get to Soul Charge 1. Bam! You have 9 soul right there. And if you you can pull this off pretty early if you have all the cards you need. And the good thing about it is that King of Demonic Seas Baskirk, his Mega Blast can be pulled off even on rare because it's an act. So basically all these cards would go into the drop zone and you get to pick 5 of them and bring them back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And bam, you have a full field.
And magic numbers there.
Yep. And why Dancing Cutlass is in here. Let's say you got that Superior Ride off early game, as usual. You have all these cards in the soul. You can play a Dancing Cutlass, Soul Blast 2, and you get to draw a card. And then if you don't want Dancing Cutlass there anymore, what you could do is you can Counterblast 1 for Samurai Spirit and call him to the rear guard. That's about it for the whole Granblue theme, because all you're really doing is superior riding and calling. If you get it off early game, you have a huge advantage over your opponent. especially with all the criticals, and you can kill them out early before they get to do with anything to you. Overlord.
That's what you gotta do. Alright, well, this is the deck profile, and we'll see you guys in the next video, hopefully on the next Card Fight Tuesdays, and peace out.